I touched on this in a previous audio. The title escapes me right now, but I'm going to go in a little bit into detail in regards to it. This is about people who are perceived as the black sheep or the outcast for whatever reason. They don't have such a favorable reputation within their group, be it a family or whatever organization they're close to. And the people involved are even passing on that negative information on to their children and grandchildren. So they have a preconceived notion of who that person was. I can speak from personal experience. I dealt with that. And the thing is that we have to understand that every single person in this world is different. You don't know why people do what they do or act the way they act or come from the headspace that they come from. And the problem with the human condition is that it's really focused on what's out of whack as opposed to what's the source of something becoming out of whack. One of the first major steps of solving a problem, and this refers to the original scientific method. I'm not going to go into the steps, but you guys can Google it anywhere. It's called the scientific method, and it tells you the steps involved. And one of the first steps is actually finding out the source of the problem. But I'm not going to talk about the problem or the source in these people. I'm going to talk about the redeeming qualities that they do have. Because see, if you're a human being on this earth, good and bad lives in you. Good and bad lives in you. And good and bad have interpretations based on human experience. So depending on what culture you're in, how you're raised, your religion, your spiritual beliefs and everything, some things might be perceived as bad in one culture and might not be perceived as bad in another. That's how come we all have freedom of choice and free will. So we can choose what is best for ourselves as far as an effective and productive way to live. But there are some people that are just out there. They have certain habits that they just cannot shake. That demon is in them. That monkey is on their back. And some of them know it and don't give a damn. But some of these people have some qualities that some of us wish we had as far as dealing with people close to them. I have turned over a new leaf. You guys know this, and you know I was in a dark place. But one thing I did not do is I'm not going to forget about where I came from, because I learned a lot and I met a lot of interesting people. Am I rolling in those circles anymore? No, but I learned a lot. And what happens is when you go through a storm sometimes and you're associated with certain environments and everything, and you come out clean on the other side, sometimes later you might be faced with that exact situation, but because you have a different perception of how life is, you deal with that situation differently. Common sense. So I came across a couple of people, and they're still friendly with me on occasion. No, I don't roll with them on a regular basis or anything like that, but I'm familiar with them because, see, I understand that we were all created by the Creator, each one of us, regardless of what that person is doing and what they're not doing. They were created with a purpose the same way I was. It's just that I'm exercising mine in a different form of fashion, and they're either exercising theirs the wrong way or they don't know what it is at all. Who am I to judge? As long as you don't do it to me. And that's the thing. See, I don't know if you all are into zodiac signs or anything like that. I was totally against it at one point, but then I started to study astrology a little bit and realized that back in ancient times, this was considered a science because that's all they had. They relied on nature and the heavens to give them the signals that they needed, and they noticed that there were certain character traits that are associated with certain signs. And I have to admit that there are certain character traits associated with my zodiac sign of Scorpio that I have been exercising and didn't even know it. Now, am I going to be running around here buying all the Scorpio gear in the world and tattooing Scorpio all over my body and everything like that? No. But a couple of the things that kind of resonate with me, and they're sensitive subjects with me: loyalty and security. Loyalty and security. That's how come when I deal with people on a case-by-case basis. I have had my dark times. I have walked with demons. I have communed with demons, broke bread with them, and I have defeated them. I know who they are, and they know who I am. The line is drawn. Am I going to have to deal with them in the future? Yes, but I ain't going back to that dark place anymore. So because of that, when I see that someone is living in a dark place, I don't judge them because I don't forget my experience. And a lot of these people who are so-called black sheep for whatever reason, they could be proverbial street hustles. They could be functional addicts that won't get clean. They could be people who just don't give a damn about nothing and nobody and just blaze a path of destruction through life. They could be just one of these type of people where the family is like, they either don't talk about them, or when they do talk about them, they have something negative to say, or they're focusing on that thing. But I'm going to tell you something about a lot of these people. They have qualities of loyalty. They may be shady people, but they have a group of shady people that are around them, and they have a strong sense of family that none of us have ever seen. I know this sounds strange, people. I know it does. And I'm not trying to advocate negative behavior. I'm just trying to tell you what type of folks that are out there. Remember, this is a channel where we discuss real life situations in a conversational tone. And I'm talking about real life and real people. So I have adopted that if you have a past, okay, I have a past too. But it's done and over with. When you start interacting with me, I got too much going through my head. When you start dealing with me on a personal level, whether it's financial or whatever it is, and you want to be a part of my close circle, from the moment that we interact is my day one with you for me. Now, if you got something from your past that's going to interfere with your present and it interferes with our relationship later on, then that's a problem. But if it's something that is dead and gone before you met me, it's none of my damn business. If you want to share it with me, that's fine. But if you know it's going to affect our future, yeah, you need to share it because I need to be made aware and decide whether or not I want to continue dealing with you. But yeah, if you're worried about where you came from and what you did and everything, and you've come to terms with it, and you've made your peace with your Creator in regards to it, from the time that you deal with me from day one, our relationship starts at that day, not the day before. Okay? And that's where my loyalty lies. Because I know some people that came from some very, very dark places, very dark. And they're close to me. They're close to me. And the reason why they're close to me is because they help me stay grounded. They're still in the muck and the mire, yes, and I always constantly pray for them and everything else, and they keep up with me. We don't lie in bed together, figuratively. But they know me and they know me and I know them. And guess what? When we communicate and check in on each other from time to time, it's respect. It's respect. See, they've got enough people on their ass judging them about shit they did. They don't need another one. And sometimes when they're trying to pull themselves out of it and they got people judging them, sometimes they throw their hands up in the air and say, fuck it. What am I trying for if I got to hear this shit all the time and nobody wants to pay attention to my effort? I've been down that road plenty of times. Saying that I've changed. And then as soon as I start making those changes, there's always those one or two people who have my back. Thank you, Lord. And come back and tell me, well, so-and-so said so-and-so. And that threw me, because I didn't have a strong sense of self. They would come back and report to me. Well, they don't believe so-and-so, and they think so-and-so and so. So I go to that dark place and say, fuck it, I might as well not even bother. Folks, be careful. And a lot of these people that are placing judgment, they got a lot of bullshit going on in their lives. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to out this right now. A lot of people that got a lot of shit to say about everybody else usually have a ton of shit going on. They're minding other people's business to avoid dealing with their own. I'm telling you. Something in their life or their house is totally fucked up. That's why they focused on shit that ain't in the house. Yeah, I'm telling on them. So I say this to say this. If you're one of those type of people that feel that you're constantly under attack under a group of people, first of all, if you're trying to deal with your demons, you might want to get the hell away from these people for a while. If that means moving out of somebody's house, changing jobs, leaving town, just so you can deal with these demons, do what you got to do, because you got to deal with you every damn day. This is your life. This is your existence. And you got to put your foot down as far as trying to obtain peace in your life. You got to put your foot down. You got to do it. I've had people close to me, boy, they were the scourge of the family. Anytime you talk to another family member about them, they always got something negative to say about that one flaw that they have. You think, I learned at a very early age, you do not depend on third-hand information for a damn thing. From now, I form my opinions based. See, I'll turn around and I'll listen to you talk shit about somebody. And as soon as I get through listening to you talk shit about somebody, if I don't know what's going on, I'll start dealing with the person on my own and develop my own opinion. The hell with what you say. Because I don't know what the motivation is for you saying that. I'd rather see for myself. And if it turns out you're telling the truth, that's fine. But at least I got first-hand knowledge. See, I ain't scared to do that. I'm a grown-ass person. How do I look depending on somebody else's opinion about somebody else when I got the wherewithal, verbal skills, thinking skills to be able to contact and deal with that person on my own? What I need a third party to tell me shit for? I'm not 8 years old. And some of y'all are grown as hell, more grown than me, 60, 70 years old, spent your entire life having beefs and issues with people that you haven't even spoken to because of somebody else's rotten testimony about that person, and come to find out you were wrong about the whole damn thing. You got to be mature when you're dealing with people. I'm not about lip service over here. I need to see it for myself. And if they're right, okay, they're right. But I need to see for myself, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Half the time, it's not true. Come to find out there was a backstory as to why they're being bad-mouthed. There was some other shit going on that wasn't shared with you. Use discretion, people. Use discretion when dealing with people. Don't be so quick to judge. Take things on a case-by-case basis. You'd be surprised who you would have in your corner. Some of the most unlikely characters that you would know would have your back in a crisis. I've seen that quite a few times, and I'm cool with it. I say that just to say this. Don't judge, lest ye be judged. That's what the Bible says, right? It's true. Have a great day.